I am continuing my investigation into the Mark of the Beast. Alright, straight onto it. Throughout this video, I will refer to this, what you can see before you, as, I don't know, the compound. I will refer to it as the compound, such as censorship ramping up on YouTube. So let's get straight onto it. Right, in my last video, I was investigating this symbol, which appeared on the new self-service checkouts, and I did a video about it. If you want to see the video, I'll not explain it all again, but as a brief synopsis, I was saying that this symbol, it appears to show a hand, stretched out, actually waving a palm over the sensor. And I was theorizing, well, what does this mean? If this was supposed to be a symbol that indicates to the shopper that an item needs to be held and then the item is scanned, why is this hand holding nothing? So this is a clearer picture that I got, and I went into another supermarket and got a clearer picture from a video. So I went in and took a video and took this screenshot from it. So as you can see, this is clearer than what's in the last video. I must say, from this angle, it looks as though the fingers are quite long, as though it's some kind of alien hand. But what I did was, I reproduced this logo. I mean, I'm a graphic designer, so I reproduced it in Adobe Illustrator, and I created a black and white crisp image of it. I'll not show it in this video because of copyright reasons, but I wanted to use this video to then go onto and do what's known as a reverse image search online to see if any images match it, and I could not find it anywhere. But this is the corporation that actually makes these self checkout tills. I'm not accusing them of anything. It's just an opinion about this logo and what it could mean. Although when I went onto their YouTube channel, I did find it interesting as I was scrolling down. I was scrolling down, to see if I could see anything about this symbol. I couldn't find anything. I watched one of the videos and nothing turned up. And right at the bottom, I couldn't believe it when I saw it. Where is it? If you follow my investigation for any amount of time, you'll spot it too. Here it is. I couldn't believe there's a video showing the fleur-de-lis. Now this fleur-de-lis symbol here, if you scroll over, it starts to play a video. There's one there as well. If you follow my videos for any length of time, I used to do them on another channel as well, which is now closed down. So I'm doing the videos on this channel. It was a symbol put forth by Pastor Patrick Winfrey, who says that this could be a symbol of the Antichrist, representing 3 strains of DNA. As though the Mark of the Beast will introduce another strain of DNA into the double helix, and therefore create a Gebain, I think they're saying, which is like, like a superhuman, and therefore, if you take the Mark of the Beast, you can't be redeemed. I just thought it was interesting. Again, not criticising this company at all, it could just be a coincidence, but I did find it interesting. So anyway, so what I have been investigating for this investigation, if you search for Ken Meters Mark of the Beast in Google, you get all these images of what Ken Peters, is a Christian prophet from a long time ago, prophesied what would be the Mark of the Beast, and it says it was some kind of sunburst symbol, which had a hand inside a hand, and this symbol would glow as well. Very interesting. So this one, I actually did a video. This one is my video on it. Yeah, so this is the video here. So I did a video on it, and Ken Peters. Oops. Ken Peters' Tribulation Vision Revisited. I had a look at this this logo, and again, and I think let's have a look. So this is the man here. So I started talking about checkout systems in this video. It's on this channel if you want to check it out. And I talked about how I believe the Lord has been showing me for like 8 years now on how this traffic light symbol and the tick mark symbol and all these kind of things lead to the Mark of the Beast. I talked about where I'm from in England, which is West Yorkshire, how the new flag for it actually ended up being one of these symbols, which is called the Sol d'Alil, I think it's called, like a sunburst symbol. I talked about that. So, but I mean, I'm not going to it all again. Watch the video if you'd like to see it. So So Ken Peters come out, talked about this mark. So I did my own rendering of this mark, and because I believe throughout the years that the Lord has been showing me like hexagonal bolts and nuts, which is very strange. But if you watch my video called 666 and the testimony of the bolts, I've re-uploaded it onto this channel. It goes all into that. Very strange, very weird, I know. So here is my own rendering of what Ken Peters could have seen, which is the sunburst symbol, and I put it on a hexagon, theorizing that if this was like a mark, it's like some sort of digital tattoo that went onto the skin, that maybe these corners would peel off. So I put it on some kind of hexagon. It's just a theory of mine. But anyway, so the other day, I just went out into my shed and took this. I've got like a large garden shed. I'm like building a home gym in there, and my brother, who's an electrical engineer, he gave me these bolts to use as to put in, to put the barbell on, so I could like make my own power rack out of wood, which I'm currently doing. And I've got a chair in my shed. I will do a video about this soon. I'm creating like an office stroke prayer room, and I believe the Lord is calling me to find my own space to go and pray. So what I do every day, if I can, pretty much every day, is go and pray in this chair that I've got in the corner. Again, I'll go into that in another video. But I was looking at these bolts the other day, and I finished praying, and I couldn't help thinking, I've mentioned these in the last video about the cut-offs that fell on the floor, and I noticed that these were large bolts with 3 nuts on, and these nuts are hexagons, so they've got 6 sides, and it's like a spiral, and 3 sixes, 666, and I was thinking, what is the Lord exactly showing me? I mean, one of the theories I had throughout the years of the Lord being showing me these, I believe, these bolts and nuts, is that the bolt represents a spiral of DNA, and the bolt, so the nuts in this case represent 666. But I still didn't really think what is he showing me, and I finished praying, and I just looked at these on the way out, and I stood up and I just walked around the corner, and I felt, I believe, the Lord say in my spirit. It's very strange because I very rarely hear full sentences from the Lord. I pray sometimes, I may hear the odd word, what He's saying to me, or leading me to a certain scripture, and I put it in my prayer journal. And what I've started to do now is give him like a score out of 10 how much I believe it was the voice of the Lord speaking to me. But I heard, I believe, more clearly than I've heard in a long time, the Lord say to me, "You still don't get it, do you?" He posed a question to me about this, and it was on my mind, and it was shortly after. So I've done that. Yeah, shortly after, I remembered. I've been hearing a lot about this compound, what is put into what should I say? This ingredient they're put into the compound, if you know what I mean. And I heard about it a couple of times on various videos, and I heard it on what was it, Bob Barber's video. It was discussing it on the it's got a channel called Rapture Watch about this particular ingredient. And this, what's it? Should I say it or not? I'm trying to think. I just want to know. I'm being careful here. A lot of people, especially like Mark Dice, some people have not mentioned certain words because if YouTube detects them, your videos can get pulled, and I want people to see about this. So anyway, you can read that word. It's made up of the words Lucifer, and it's also then it's coined. It's paired together with the word erase. And I was thinking, and so there's some images attached to it here, which are like spirals, like the bolts, represents DNA. I believe what the Lord has been showing me all these years. And I had a theory that, not that yet, done that one, not that yet. I had a theory that, this compound here, right, apparently contains this ingredient. And so I'll just read what it says. So this ingredient is a generic term for the class of oxidative enzymes that produce bioluminescence, and it's usually distinguished from a photoprotein, whatever that is. But anyway, what this is, this bioluminescence, I heard the other day Alex Jones talk about this, and he was talking about all the ingredients that's supposed to be in these new compounds, and one of them was the large amounts of bioluminescence. And I was thinking, whoa, and I put the two together. So I'm thinking about, Ken Peters' mark, right, and how he said it would glow. I've also heard from other prophets of the Lord, including Pastor Patrick Winfrey, who said the same thing, that the Lord has shown them that this mark of the beast will glow. So it's just an opinion that I've got here, and I believe it's the way the Lord is leading me, that this compound will introduce bioluminescence, and therefore, if you have a certain amount of this compound in your system, and then in the future take the mark of the beast, it's this particular ingredient that will make the mark of the beast glow. So, call it conspiracy theory as you will. It's just an opinion of mine that the whole point of these compounds is to inject people with a certain amount of bioluminescence, therefore priming the body so that the mark of the beast will glow. I don't know what reason that will be for it to glow. I don't know if it's a good selling point. They'll get the celebrities on TV showing how they've got the mark and how cool it is that you scan it over a self-service checkout, for example, and it glows when electrical current is put through because there's some kind of bioluminescence. I don't know, it's just a theory. But I did ask the Lord about this, and I said to the Lord, would you confirm it? I don't want to come out with some kind of weird, wild conspiracy theory just for nothing. And I certainly don't do things for views on my channel. I just try to be led by the Lord and just have a level head about the entire thing. So I asked the Lord for confirmation, and I did believe He gave me a personal confirmation. And back to, I'll not say what it is because it's really weird, but back to this, I was searching my own recreation of this image online, and I used a reverse image search. I mean, Google have got one, so you drag it onto the images search box and it will match it against all images online, and there were no matches. I used another tool called TinEye, and it searched my image against 45 billion images, and it came back with nothing. And it's as though this symbol does not exist online. The only place I can find it is actually printed on the tills. And I've got a theory that, this symbol might be innocent. It may just be some kind of universal symbol to indicate that you literally swipe your hand over with something in your hand. And maybe the hand like this is just to make it easier for people to read, so it's less complicated, but it does represent, someone holding something and waving it over checkout. Possibly. I mean, possibly it could mean that. But as a graphic designer, I think it's weird that the hand is not holding anything. And maybe in the future, if there was a campaign to show people who have taken the mark of the beast how to scan their hand and wave it over, say, for example, a self-service checkout to make payments, then they may point out this symbol and might say, watch out for this symbol. I don't know. It's just a theory. And I don't know what this dot means underneath as well. There's a dot there. I'm not sure if it's part of that symbol or if it's just a coincidence. But I will keep my eye on this and, see what's going on with it all. And the weird thing is, this is really weird. I didn't ask the Lord for another confirmation, but if you watch my videos for any length of time, you will know that the Lord does give me weird confirmations. And I ought to believe He gave me confirmation. It was a personal confirmation about this. So, the first time around, when I asked the Lord, I said, if I'm right on this, about this bioluminescence theory that I've got, if I'm going somewhere with it, I asked the Lord, would you please confirm it to me by showing me jellyfish? And I always seem to ask the Lord, weird things like that. He speaks to me visually a lot of the time. So sometimes I ask for visual things, and He confirmed it to me in my own personal way. I'm not going to, it's even weird for YouTube. So I then, decided to do this video and thought, well, I will go ahead and, publish this theory that I've got. And then the Lord confirmed it to me again. So whilst doing an image search for this, I came across another site called Yandex, and this is another one where you drag the photo in here and it will match it against billions of images, that kind of thing. And you see here now, this is an actual live view. Refresh it. As you can see, it's got pictures of mountains in the background at the top. When I went onto it to do this image search for the Mark of the Beast, would you believe it? Jellyfish was the main header. If you go to it now, it's like it's not on. Not only jellyfish, bioluminescent jellyfish were on top. I mean, again, I asked for jellyfish because when I went onto the Alex Jones show, he was talking about this bioluminescence is actually derived from jellyfish DNA or something like that to that effect. So, a weird confirmation for you there. So I've done that image. So finally, I'll just finish up on. I should have put these tabs in order. The other day, there's a channel. There's a guy called Dabu7 on YouTube, and he was talking about this guy. I've heard his name before. Klaus Swab, is it, or something? I've heard his name before. I didn't really know much about him, but he brought up this image of him. So I did a search for this image of this Klaus Schwab, over whatever his name is. And he'll say now he was dressed like some kind of Sith Lord, which is probably right. It's like someone from the Hunger Games or something. And I was stood in front of this podium. So he's saying this guy wants, the great reset, as it were, for the world to be reset, for populations to be reduced, all kinds of stuff to do with the New World Order. And apparently he's in charge of this forum of young global leaders, one of which, if you look down here, Emmanuel Macron, which I believe is the potential candidate for the Antichrist, possibly. I had a dream called The Long Straight Road to Armageddon, and where I stood in just barren fields and a long straight road, and these fields were ploughed, but there's no crops in them. And there was a man stood next to me saying, "This is the long straight road to Armageddon." That was about 3 years ago, and I stipulated that it could be this man. I may be wrong. I never saw his face in the video, or even recognised the voice. But I don't know. That was a theory that I had. But anyway, back onto this image. As you can see, I'll zoom in. This symbol here, this sunburst symbol with curly edges. And he's also got this on his Hunger Games style Sith Lord jacket there as well. Very, very similar to the Ken Peters sunburst thing that he saw. Here's people's different renditions of it. So, the Lord willing, the next stage of my investigation is I want to find out what this is. What exactly this coat of arms is. It's like some kind of bull, or is it Baal? Maybe a second. So, in my next video, I will be, the Lord willing, investigating what this is. Probably beyond the scope of this video for now, it's going on too long. And I think the words say there, what's it? Scientia Ingenium Virtus. So I assume that's Italian or something for science, ingenious. I don't know, virtue or something. I need to look into that. But anyway, yeah, so here's a guy who's wanting the Great Reset. And this possibly could be an image of what the New World Order will be dressing like. Satanic overlords of the Antichrist kingdom, which they want to bring in, I assume. So that's where I believe the Lord is taking me. So this is a site from We Are the News. Never heard of it. It's just that I did a Google image search. So what's the one thing? Yes, there was one thing I wanted to show, but again, I think I'll go into the next video now. About the symbol. I found something out about a symbol, but I think I'll dedicate an entire video to that. So, thanks for watching. My name is Andrew. I'm a born-again Christian, so I urge you all, if you are not already saved, to start reading the scriptures. Read the book of Revelation, for example, or read an article about what it says about the Antichrist. Also mentions the Antichrist in the book of Second Thessalonians in the Bible as well. Although, it may be a good idea not to go and read the book of Revelation if you're not already a Christian, because it can be quite confusing, but do check out some videos on it. But if you want to start reading the Bible, I do recommend you start reading the Gospels, either Matthew, Mark, Luke or John, and then start reading the book of Acts and ask Jesus to come into your life. So thanks a lot. God willing, I'll see you in the next video.